to your season 5 draft show. As always, I am one of your hosts, your reigning, defending, undisputed 239 Captain Champ. It is me, it is X to the D to the A to the L to the Y. And we have our season 5 draft. It is finally here, and it is an exciting night. Now, we have a lot to get to. We're only doing about a 45-minute pre-draft show, and then we're going to send you all over to the stream where you'll get to watch the draft show live. So, without further ado, let's get to the panel. We got a big one tonight. Pale, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fucking awesome. It's draft night. It's my favorite night of the week. Favorite night of the fucking season. Draft night. Here we go. We got a couple of captains on the show. We got a couple of guys, vets, ready to give you their knowledge, their draft knowledge coming into the night. And maybe even a rookie or two from last season. And so let's throw it around the horn. Mark, Agent 007, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm really, really good, guys. Like Pale said, man, it's my favorite night of the freaking season today. So I'm jacked. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have a lot of stuff for you guys, too, with the panel going on, with the draft and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody tonight, and it'll be interesting, to say the least. Let's get you over to the other co-host here with Ability.
Oh, well, man, let me tell you what. I am having a great night because I am about to draft my first team here at 239. This is going to be one of those moments where hopefully the draft doesn't stop and just puzzleness, wondering what the hell I'm doing. It's going to be an exciting time. So just remember, all you guys out there, if there's anything you want to get in to me specifically, any words you need to tell me, you need to say them before the draft starts, because once it gets going, man, there's no stopping. So, hey, Dare Cortez, how you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How's everyone here doing tonight?
Fantastic. Dare, you look good, man. You wear your sunglasses at night. I like it. It's Cortez, for Christ's sake. It's Cortez. I just did that to get under your skin. Visibly annoyed at this moment. We got AC, arguably one of the best-looking men in 239, back at it with us. AC, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing awesome, sir. Glad to be here. Excited to be on the draft show, or the pre-draft show. Not going to lie, a little nervous. This is a big, deep draft, and there's a lot of big names out there, a lot of talent, and there's going to be, 17, 18 waivers? It's a bit of a nail-biter tonight.
That it definitely is. God, you are a very handsome man, and I love the Marner jersey in the background too. I love
That's
it.
my
Absolutely.
boy. And there's a Crosby jersey there too.
Okay, hey, a little Sid the Kid love.
And a little bit of a signed Nylander.
See, I can't compete with the autographs. I got a couple, but not in the jerseys, man. He's trying to show me up. I like that. He's sexier than me. He's got a better setup than me. Last but not least, one of your hosts from everybody's favorite Friday night show, Sober Elitist. It is none other than Sober Enough. Sober, how you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing good. Looking forward to tipping back some of that, right?
Mr. Morgan.
And looking forward to the draft.
The captain is strong with that one. Well, that's the panel we got tonight. We got a full slate. Today has just been a crazy day. We decided to take the belt out, the O-Dog and I. For all of those who follow me on Twitter, man, we had a great day. I had to go out. I had to get a new phone, different things. I had to take care of some business, but we made time for the belt. We had a spectacle with it today, but that is just to set us up for the Season 5 draft, and that begins tonight. Now, guys, we've been doing mock drafts for weeks. We've been going over it. We've been puzzled. We've been struggling. We've been confident. We've been crying. We've been trying to figure out what's going to happen with the draft. So, you've heard me speak. You've heard Ability speak. You've heard Pale speak. You've semi-heard Agent speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to send it over to some of the other members of the 239 family, and we're going to ask them what they think of some of the things. So with that being said, This is the first question I have. The first overall pick, McGilla, the OG standard for 239. AC, who's McGilla taking tonight at number 1 and why?
That's a good question. And there's a lot of people I think that are their value should be considered a first round pick overall. To the point, he's going Sandy. I think he's going to reach back to the old Moose days of a guy who can dominate this game when he wants to. I know Sandy had issues with connections a couple of years ago. In my opinion, outside of DMart, Sandy's one of the best people that knows this game inside out. I think McGilla knows him from previous leagues, and I think McGilla would not pass up a talent like that for the first overall pick. That is my choice.
You make a really interesting point, and I said the same thing about Sandy. Sandy knows the game inside and out, and it's big. Not just IQ, and I mean that past the IQ part. I mean the actual physical game that we play physically. He knows all the ins and outs as far as angles and what he can do with his body and contortion and different things like that. So to me, that's huge, and that's kind of an asset. Number 1, I don't know. I haven't seen him play in some years, but Sober, you know Saney like the back of your hand, man. Do you think that Saney is really a number 1 overall pick? And if not, who's your guy at number 1 for McGilla?
Well, in this draft, I don't think Saney would be a number 1. I mean, like you said, he knows the game inside and out. He always seems to find those little gimmicks that can work really good. I would lean more towards Luka, though. I think McGilla's going to want a center, and I think he's going to want a guy that will play the two-way game. And Luka's very, very good two-way guy. And he solidify that middle.
And I agree. I mean, and that's the thing. That's where I got him slayed out, even more towards the end of round 1. You just have to look at the captains who's picking. But great assessment. I like that. Luke is a safe pick at 1. But Cortez, that first one was just a troll, man. That's all that was. That was a troll. I had to get you. But at pick 1, is Luka the safe pick here, or do you see McGilla maybe going outside the box a little bit?
I'm gonna do the same thing that Sober said. I'm gonna go with Luka. I actually played a few scouting games with Mags there, and he had Luka in every single game. Every time I see them in a party, they're in a party together. So I think that's gonna be Mags' pick. It's just kind of like Sober said, you got to solidify the middle of the ice. Good two-way guy. I just see him going right there with Mags.
Big thing about Luka that no one's really touched on that I like, he's a winner. If you look at every team that he's been on for the most part, he's always there playing games that matter. Last year for the Jaeger Moms, they're in the postseason. He's the guy who really knows how to win games. So, again, I think that's a very safe pick. I think it's the right pick, too, for him. Agent, we haven't heard from you in a while, man. Who do you like at 1 to McGilla? And you know McGilla, so give it to
Mags. Everybody knows I love Mags. He's my boy. That was my first captain. So, got a safe relationship with him, man. But I think you guys nailed it to a T. I think Luka's the guy you picked because he can help. He'll make you win. He'll put your team in a spot and make the adjustments and do the right thing, make the right plays. He's just a smart hockey IQ guy. You know, I think that's the smart play, the safe play, and that's a guy to build a team around. 100%.
So let's do something a little different, shall we? In these drafts, we always talk about safe picks, okay? And we've run mock from here to here. Let's talk about round 1 still, and I do want to get to the middle rounds. I don't want to spend too much on round 1. Let's get to who's going to be a pick in round 1, a player that goes a little bit earlier than they should. I'm going to send this one over to Pale. This is a topic we haven't talked about. Who's going to be a reach pick in round 1 and why?
You're lighting me up on this one, man. I wasn't prepared for it, but who's gonna go? I think I'm gonna go Esoteric. Goes higher than he should. I think Eso is a really good player. I think he is a first-round pick, regardless, of how deep the draft is. He should be going in the first round. But I think he might be going a little bit higher than he should. I think he could go around that number 3, number 4 spot, if you know what I'm saying.
I already said I'm not taking him, but proceed.
But
well,
I think he could be a little bit of a reach in the top 5 in this draft.
ability, man. Give it to me straight. Who's somebody that's going to go earlier than they should?
Well, I heard the name tossed around, and now look. I don't say stuff like to cause emo and to get people anxious and whatever. So prove me wrong if I'm wrong. But I'd say that I've heard Noah Gretzky's name get thrown out, and he is an awesome player. Okay, I played with him, but he's not signing up as goalie. He's signing up as a winger. And in my opinion of watching him play, although a very talented winger, I think I'd put him right outside of round one. So if he ends up going in round one, which I've heard rumors that he may, I think that might be just jumping the gun a little bit early on that pick. But I don't know because he is really good. But hey, Brian, prove me wrong.
So again, that's another name that I heard as well. Gretzky's. I've seen him play a bit. Kid's definitely electric. He can change a game offensively. But I think it's going to come down to how many captains have seen him. Dude, I got to do this really quick because now I'm seeing this shit pop up in the top left part of my fucking screen when I'm trying to run this goddamn draft show. Marty McFly has been absent from the captain thread for literally the whole time. As I've sat here and gave...
I just seen that.
As I've sat here and gave Shock legitimate age shit for not even commenting in the captain thread, I have Marty McFly literally joining.
D-Mark just added the guy.
Marty McFly, you are the early season that captain for reasons of just wow. Yep, sober, drinking.
That's the M-Bag's fault. That's the M-Bag's fault.
I mean, mother. That was a lot of booze.
Quote unquote,
Like,
you
what
you guys are fucking losers from Marty.
I mean, this is literally
that's A1.
insane. I mean, it's absolutely insane right now. Is this me or my screen looks like it's frozen? It might be my iPad. Okay, we're good now. With that being said, Marty fucked up. Shock, I love you, but like you were AFK for a bit, but you're back now, sort of. I'm just happy. He asked for the draft board today. Shout out to Shock, man. He's definitely done like some research, so I hope he has a good season. Anyways, fuck, that completely blew my mind when I saw that. I had to say it, so it was a thing. Sober. Give me somebody round one may go a little bit earlier than they should.
You know, I really like the pale conversation there with Esso, just because of the whole Hugh Laurie post in that thread that he made for his mock. Daily, you have to take Esso 3 or 4. You have to. Just to see Hugh draft Swagger with his first pick next season.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Hugh Laurie is Hugh Laurie is so convinced that I'm not taking Esoteric at 3 or 4, which I'm not, by the way, that he actually went on record as saying that if that happened, he would draft McSwagger and Dank Love with his first 2 picks next year. That's what he said. He would be a captain, and he would draft McSwagger and Dank Love if I took Esoteric at 3 or 4, which I'm not. But if I did, that would happen. So that's where all that's from. But it's fake news. It doesn't matter anyway. It's completely obsolete. With that being said, Derek Cortez, who is a guy that may get reached on a little bit in round 1?
I don't have a specific name, but I think whoever you take at 3 or 4 is kind of I think it's going to be early. And the reason I say it is because obviously you have back-to-back picks. And that's not taking away anything from the person that's picked at 3 or 4. I just say that you have 2 different positions to pick from. And also, you like to be that guy that's like, oh, I have a good team, and no matter who they are, they're going to be good as long as they're around me, all that kind of thing. So I just think whoever you take at 3 or 4, like I said, like I don't have a specific name. Maybe I could join the whole SO bandwagon, but I'm convinced you're not taking them. But either way, I think whoever you take at 3 or 4 is going to be kind of an early reach kind of guy.
Wait, do you guys really? Is this the view? Everybody in the league views me as having this super big ego that I would sabotage my whole draft.
Ego daily, really? Come on.
Anyways, man, you're gonna have to tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's when the draft's going to be. Mr. Hollywood, Esoteric himself, and Yambag will be giving you your pre-draft or your draft analysis live on twitch.tv/sniper. For those of you not knowing where to find this information, like, oh my God, where is everything? Oh, I suck. Like, it's 5 hours before, or 5 minutes before the draft. What do I do? It is in the forums, under the main forum. You'll be able to find all the information in one thread. You can actually watch all the information in one thread because, guys, we have this brand new amazing site that self-embeds the videos when you post the links. It's Boner Jams 2006, but we are much more advanced than that, so it's fantastic. You can literally watch it right in that thread. But we are talking pre-draft. Middle rounds. That's where we're at. AC, who's a name that you can see making a big impact in the middle rounds?
So this name I don't think should be a middle round guy, but all the talk of all these other people has been pushing him down there is Dalai Lama. Of all the mock drafts, I have not seen this man's name mentioned in the first round, which blows my mind. We're talking a guy who was comparable to D-Mart in the playoffs, who I argued on ad nauseum to be considered the MVP for the playoffs. How this man's not even anybody's mock draft in the first round is just mind-blowing. I don't think he should be down in the lower middle draft, but I think that's where he's going to fall. And if he's in that, that's going to be an absolute steal for that captain.
And that was the thing. I'll tell you the biggest thing about Dolly's availability is he does the 2 overnight days. And this is somebody who captained him to a Season 4 championship. But it came into sort of a problem, missing the Sundays, missing the Wednesdays, I believe it was. So really you have 3 days. So if you're refusing a Sunday or Wednesday, he definitely, like I said with AC, I had him last year. He is definitely late first or early second talent. I think to go past, that would be absolutely asinine. But I think that may be why people are seeing him push down the list. But I don't know. I can't speak on behalf of the others. Ability, mid-round guy, without giving up too much, that's going to make a big impact this year.
There's going to be a ton of them because a majority of the teams are going to be compiled of these guys. I don't know. If I had to pick one, I don't want to say the name because, man, this guy's already got, like, a huge head. Like, it's almost as big as yours, Daly, and part of that might be your fault. I'm gonna say Derek Cortez, and I say this because this guy he's got some game, and I've seen him play up front. I've seen him play on D, and he excels really at all parts of the ice. I think this could be a year where he makes a statement. He's come a long way since last season, but branching out away from Santeria, I think that this is going to be his season to really shine and solidify himself as, an all-star player in the league. I just don't know to what extent, but I'm excited to see it. You think you got what it takes?
Ability, I love you. I actually really appreciate it. I didn't expect my name to come up, so I do look forward to this season. I think a little bit of change of scenery for what's up front. Maybe if I'm up front or maybe I'm at defense, I'm most likely probably going to go at D like I probably should. But maybe a change of scenery for who's up front may bring a little bit more out of my game. Maybe it might be different, but I'm looking forward to it. I thank you for the kind words again. I really appreciate that.
So humble when getting a compliment. I love that.
Well, I mean, listen, he's not like every time we're at a party, I do sit there and like we just kind of go back and forth at each other, but it's always in good faith. Like it's always I love the guy. He does a lot. I look forward to seeing what his team's going to be like as well. So cool. It's like it's not being humble. It is being humble, but
it's not a big deal. I like to give compliments to people before they have to call me Captain.
Listen, man. This is great. I'm glad I've been able to sit in the middle of this fucking circle jerk right here. But with that being said, we need to move along with the show here. I don't need anybody's little babies floating on my face right now. I'm done with all that. So we're gonna move on. By the way, this show is supposed to be PG. But it never happens.
I'm sorry, Daly. You traded out of a spot where you can get me.
Don't. That's because I see so much value in what I'm picking. It just don't matter. And all I can think about are the little swimming babies right now. Anyways, we're going to move along here. Round 4 to 5, let's say. Give me a sleeper pick, man. Who's somebody that you've seen without giving away too much? I'm not going to ask the captains. Sober. Who's a guy who fell down the draft list, probably shouldn't have fell down the draft list, and is going to make an impact in round 4 or 5?
I think I said this on our show last Friday. I tend to believe it's going to be any goalie taken in round 4 or 5, like late round 4, early round 5, because that means the captain went through and got top guys at every position and then went with the goalie. So the goalie might be a little lesser known, Might not be the Cripps and the Stevens and all those guys, but it's going to be a goalie that's going to be very serviceable with a very good team in front of him.
Yeah. Oh, and this just in from Mr. Hollywood, Jim Flanagan. He wants to know why everybody's talking about Odd Guy, Dolly, Rome, and Daly, and nobody's talking about Thamps. I'm going to ask the AC. You've seen a guy like Thamps. You've played in leagues with him. Where does a guy like Thamps fall in this draft? Is he a 4th, 5th, or is he 2nd, 3rd? Where do you see a guy like that falling?
In this draft, 3rd. In a normal draft, 2nd.
I think that's a fair assessment. And you know, again, it's not a slight to Thamps. We love Thamps. Thamps is a great player, by the way. But people are remembering that last playoff series, and Dolly had a great run, and Odd Guy had a great run. Thamps was so integral to the first 2 series when we were maybe struggling offensively. He was there. So I think that's unfortunately why that name is getting thrown out. You haven't heard a lot about Drift either. Drift didn't have a great finals, but he was great the rest of the playoffs and the whole fucking season. But he wasn't great in the finals, so you're not hearing that name nearly as much. But again, shout out to Mr. Flanagan, aka Mr. Hollywood, Jim Flanagan. You think I'd have that figure? The guy has 19 names, so you're bound to fuck them up. Like, you're in an email thread with him, and there's 20 names that he goes by. So sorry, not sorry. Anyways, Pale, round 4 or 5. You're not even in the goddamn round 5. So who's the guy making an impact late in this draft?
I am in round 5. I'm at number 55. But that's fine.
I stand corrected.
I like Sober's answer, but I'll give a different one. I think there's a guy that I brought in. He was on a team last season. He didn't get to play a whole lot. Wizzy War is his gamer tag. And I think he can be a guy that can really contribute to somebody's roster as like a 3rd forward, as a guy that can really be a solid player. You know, he's not a guy that's going to light up the scoreboard, and he's not a guy that's going to, you know, be able to carry a team's offense, but you're not picking one of those guys in round 5. That's just not going to happen. But I think he can be a solid contributor for somebody up front in that 5th round, in that role of just being a supportive player. He's got a good hockey IQ. He knows where to go find space and find open ice, and he can make plays. Yeah, that's my guy in round 5.
And nobody remembers this, but I do, because I did the voiceover for a top 10. I think it was week 4 or 5 last season. He had a crazy number 1 play for whoever's team he was on. I forget who it was, where he literally dangled everybody, and I believe it was Mr. Cortez on the back end of that one, and getting absolutely.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
He got
Agent, you're on the same team, pal. Dangled your ass too.
Yeah, man. Let's just say ODS had a rough go in that number 1 clip, but there was a lot of I couldn't even keep up with the dang.
It's the number 2 clip. Number 2. I'll save a little bit of a.
Oh, it was number 2. Okay, number 2. Number 2. That's because they must have been drunk when they were picking the numbers. But anyways, it was awesome to say the least. Ability. Who in round 4 or 5 could you see making an impact this season?
I'm not going to answer that question. Round 4 and 5, round 4 and 5 are the most pivotal rounds in this entire draft. And there's no way I'm giving any of you guys an ounce of anything. I haven't mentioned it this entire time, and I can't do it now. I love you guys so much, though. Good luck tonight.
Listen, we all know Ability has been doing his homework. I want to talk about a certain captain, though, who's also been doing his homework and just apparently showed up to the captain's red. I'm sorry. I had a mid burp there. I'm going to give some advice from a champion. When you want specific players, just saying, don't lock your party and invite the same people into it every single night, because there's a really good chance that you are going to give away, Marty McFly, your whole draft. And maybe because of that, a certain person might trade into picks 3 and 4 because he knows exactly who you want, and he knows exactly where he can get those players, one who plays right D and one who plays left wing. Think about that for future captains. This guy made it to the finals, but he showed his hand And now he's scrambling. He's scrambling because he has this itch. He has this
does
feeling
this mean you'll play right wing?
I'm not going to confirm or deny this.
You just said it was a right D and a left wing. You just said it was a right D and a left wing.
Listen, I am confirming this for the masses. When you captain, if you ever captain in the future, and there are people that you are, do not be so obvious. Marty, Rob, I love you, man. Thank you for finally joining the captain's chat.
You are inadvertently messing with my entire draft right now.
I'm not doing anything. We're talking about round 4 and 5. We're talking about a tip to the masses. Guys, we are literally 30 minutes away from the season 5 draft. Now, I'm going to send it over to the drunk one, sober. And here's why.
Working on it.
He's working it. He's getting there. I want to something's going to happen tonight, guys. Whether it's Tomahawk taking Joey Stopa at 6, something's going to happen. Something is going to sober. I want something off the wall. Just give me a fucking guess what's going to happen tonight. Anything. Something. And you can say you getting drunk, passing out, and not seeing the draft. I would be okay with that.
No, I'm going to say that the word through the grapevine is Ability's team and DJ's team might be the two on the outside looking in when it talks, in comparison of good teams, bad teams, yada, yada, yada. I have just a sneaky hunch that one of those two are going to be in the top 4 of the league.
Okay, I like it. That's kind of the direction I was going. Agent, I think my pick for the night, I'm going to send this, is Agent has 4 picks in a row. And they touched on it briefly on 239 tonight. And by the way, we have a new show, and I touched it last week, 239 tonight, Monday or Tuesday, date still up, or day of the week still up in the air. Derek Cortez, a big friend and guest of the Thursday Throwdown, and none other than the young gun, Cosmic Fade, have a new show rolling out to you every single week. I listened to it last night. I hope you guys got a chance to listen to it. It is phenomenal. They briefly talked about the 4 picks as well. I think that could make or break this whole freaking thing. To watch somebody take 4 dudes, take his whole damn team, because Agent's probably going goalie in round 5, like most of them. To take your 5-man unit by pick 28 is going to completely alter this whole entire draft. Agent, are you ready for this pressure? Because there's a lot of it. 4 in a row, dude.
I don't know. I'm ready and I'm not. It's tough. I mean, the draft is going to be really weird. That's the easiest way to put it, because there's a lot of people, not new guys that joined that. Some people already know. Some people just got to know them. A lot of stuff from prior. I wasn't even a part of the league when some of these guys played, and they left, and now they're back. Or, I think there's going to be some stretch picks throughout those first 25 picks or whatever, 20 picks that I might not understand, and it might be the best thing for that captain. But my draft is really going to depend on who falls, like who's there. It's awesome. I'm really looking forward to being able to have 5 guys on my team that fast and the guys I want. But it's going to be weird. It's going to be tough to say exactly what's going to happen because you don't know who's going to be there. It's a long wait before my first pick.
That is the safest fucking answer ever. Ever.
And he can start to run.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. But, I mean, that was safe. That was safe, man. Ability. Since you won't tell me a round 4 or 5 sleeper, can you give me something crazy that's going to happen tonight? Because something is, man. I just can feel it. Something's going to happen, man. What's it going to be? Give me something.
Oh, crazy stuff. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I can make predictions right now as to what's going to happen after the draft, too. Some of these guys aren't going to get drafted. And I think that for most of us, that's no big deal. We'll play the waiver wire. We're going to introduce things for the waivers. That's going to be a thing. But as far as like somebody getting picked up that maybe shouldn't, I think the bigger story tonight is going to be the people that should have got picked up that don't. And that's, like I said earlier in the chat box, man, I wish I could draft all of you because I love all of you, man. I love playing pickup games with you guys. I love hanging out in the parties and just chatting it up. So I don't know what kind of crazy stuff's going to happen, but I can tell you if you get too carried away with that 3 and 4 and it affects my draft, I'm never going to forgive you.
Well, let's not forget.
He's gonna hold a fucking grudge for sure.
Listen, man. Listen. I said a left wing, and I said a right D. We'll all be gone 3-4. Okay, I just take that for what you will. I love it, man.
It's pretty transparent what you're getting at.
Yeah, whatever. Well, we're gonna see what happens, man.
Breaking news.
There's always a I like system guys, man. Right? I like system guys, so we'll see what happens. If your guy fits my system.
Seriously, if your draft affects my draft, I'm going to hit the gym day and night and look like Hulk Hogan by the time our competition is. I'm coming after you, bro.
Okay. Well. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You're going to find out in T-minus 24 minutes the draft goes live. So, Pale, I'm going to send it to you, man. Do you have any questions for the panel? Anything to throw at the guys for the upcoming draft tonight?
Yeah, so Sober, I mean, you've been a captain before. How high do you think is too high for a goalie to go in your draft?
That's hard because you got people, especially in this draft, where there's so many damn trades you can't keep up with. That if you're a guy like Asian, you could take a goalie early because that's when you draft your whole freaking team. So you might as well take a goalie early, right? Me personally, unless I get one of the top 2, I am not touching a goalie until 4 or 5.
Okay, so to follow that up, who are your top 5 goalies in this draft? It's a position that's not really talked about a whole lot. Who's your top 5? Who's your top 5 guys?
Well, Cripps is one. I know that's going to send Steve into a freaking chaos.
Okay, go to bed.
Cripps is number 1. Steve would probably be my number 2. I don't know if he's even playing goalie this season.
He has it listed.
Okay, so he's most likely going to be playing goalie. And then, then you got some guys that are coming back to play goalie, like Shock is coming back to play goalie. He's been doing really well from what I've been told. God, after the first 2, it's really hard. All
right. Give me 3. Give me one more.
To me, they're all the same. I mean, shit. I'll say 37 because I know he has it in him. I know he plays a lot. I know he doesn't like this year's game so far, but I know he'll adjust for it.
AC, you any different? How's your top 5 rounding out for goalies?
Top 5 for goalies. B. Cripps. A guy that I think is a top 5 goalie that may not be drafted for it is Toms. He was a goalie on Wolfpack, and that guy's insane in net. I get that he's really good at net, and he's really good as a defenseman, he's good as a forward. So you got Tomps, you got Drift, you got B. Cripps. There's so many captains that could be goalies too, right? Chu, but he's the captain. Trying to think.
Guys, there's a name that's not getting thrown out in the goalie talk. Master Shot Gun.
Shit gun.
That's
Master
a
Shit gun.
Was that shit gun?
Gun. He was a very integral part to what was that? It was Pale's team last
Might have
season.
been.
Is that your team, Pale? Now they had a nice run. Couldn't get it done, had a nice run, but Master Shotgun should be valued and drafted as a top 5 goalie. That's a guy that I personally really, really like in this draft.
And
I don't
Hollywood.
want to get and Hollywood is another one, and that AC, you read my mind, because that was another guy I was getting to. His sign-up is a little AZ, no Sunday, Mondays potentially, but the skill set is there to be great. So that's another guy that I like on the draft. Sorry, didn't mean to steal it, but you guys had me all bent, so I figured I would pitch in. Back to Pale.
No worries, no worries. Cortez, you got anything else to throw in there?
There's a name you guys are all forgetting.
All right.
It's DJ.
DJ.
He's a great goalie. I mean,
He's a captain, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, like now, yeah. Obviously, I still would go with like the whole B. Cripps, Steven. Chu is a good goalie, but again, captain. Master Shotgun, another good goalie. But DJ, when I even if he's a captain, I do think he's going to end up in net, and I think that's a strong thing for his team. He put up great numbers. He was put back in goalie in the later half of the season, but he just put up great numbers in the last half of that season, and he even stole the first 2 games of our playoff series that we ended up losing. And I think Daly can attest to that any day. Like he stole the first 2 games for us. He's a great goalie. I think he should be in that talk, even with him being a captain, of course, but still.
I need to give a shout out to somebody, man. You ready for this? Shout out to Dank Love, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if Dank Love wasn't such a piece of shit last year, these guys would not have banded together and made such a tight-knit bond. Agent and DJ and Cortez, all these guys are tight-knit. So shout out to Dank Love, man, creating friendships since NHL
And the most
7.
fucked up one.
Greg, I still love you.
I mean, Dank, man,
I'm not a part of that.
I had to get my shot in there, man. We still love you, dude. It was a good season, but you got to show up for the last couple games, but it happens. It's whatever. But guys, so remember how I was saying what's going to happen tonight, what's going to be fucked up, right? Well, as soon as I say that, I pass it over to Pale. I'm like, let me check my fucking Twitter, right? So I look at my Twitter. Shock's been AFK for 96 years heading into this draft. Can't find the guy. And all of a sudden, he decides to send this. At OldDad21, pay attention to the draft. Something is coming. And you know what? Do we got another tomahawk Stubby Jope on our hands? Pale, does this worry you, man? The guy asked for the fucking draft board this morning. Now he's telling me to watch out. What do we got, Pale? Give it to me straight, man.
Nah, it doesn't worry me, and it probably doesn't really worry Shock either, because, let's be real. He goes into the draft, and he picks the guys that are his guys. There's, Drug Monkey, there's Ozzy, there's Clancy, there's Pogs. He's not going to be able to get all of them, of course. But Shock's got this stable of guys that he continuously goes to, and he puts out a competitive team. So, he's looking at the draft now. He hasn't made any moves. He's in that mid spot. He's at number 5 pick, which is a great spot to be in my opinion. And, I think Shock's draft strategy doesn't really change much from season to season. I think he's got the same group of guys that he normally is ready to play with.
Pick our ability. What do you think, man?
What was the question?
Okay,
That is where I'm at right now. I'm so lost.
Guys,
Look, I got to
guys.
be honest. I got a lot going on over here. This is an important night for me. I'm working through the ropes over here.
Well, here's the thing. We're up against it, man. I threw this on for a reason because after hearing all this and I don't know. I need you to remind you the standard bear. I need to remind you what you're playing for. I need to remind you what you're after. All this, I don't know what I'm doing right now. You better fucking figure it out.
Someone
You
save a
better
screenshot
figure
from
it
that,
out.
please. Someone save a screenshot
You
from this, please.
better-
About that.
I'm sure that'll be showing up on Ability's board at all time. But you need to understand. This is what you're coming for, except it's not the real thing, but this is it. Oh my God, things just took a turn for the worse. Mr. Colin Cameron, a.k.a. Chaos Rider, a.k.a. Build a Wall, a.k.a. Shock. You got to turn your video on. We're waiting for your video, and we're waiting for you to explain yourself.
Explain myself.
yourself. You're not on video. Are you going to come on video? Oh, there you are.
There he is.
Finally. Listen, man, I've been quite the critic on you the last couple
I know.
weeks. And you have been sitting there pumping away Destiny 2, Twitch streaming for hours and hours. But you have been busy, but too busy for the 239. What do you have to say for yourself?
What you haven't seen is I've been busy behind the scenes as well.
Well, so you've been scouting?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right, fair enough. He just went completely AFK ghost in the chat. I had to reel him in. And all the while I'm giving him shit, and Marty McFly's nowhere to be fucking found. The guy's not even in there. So, you know what, man? Shout to Shock. It's the night. He's here. We're there. It is time. Guys, we're 15 minutes up against it. I told you we're going to do the show early. I'm giving everybody one more rip, one more round, starting with Pale Poner. what do you have for us going into the draft? That is 15 minutes away.
I'm just fucking pumped, man. I'm ready to go. I've got my draft sheet ready. I've got my lists ready. I've got position by position breakdown. I got an overall breakdown. I got a mock. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite times of the season. You know, the whole site's active. You know, there's a bunch of people watching the stream. I'm just excited, man. This is going to be a good night. It's going to be a fun night. Hopefully my team can get some practice in tonight after the draft. That's what I'm ready for, man.
Agent, Mr. I picked 4 picks in a row. Give me your last statement.
I hope you guys don't fuck up. That's all I got to say. I got a serious plan, and it's gonna be. This is gonna be good.
That was the most passive fucking chirp ever. I hope
don't fuck up.
Really fuck up. Oh my God, AC man, give me something, man, on the way out here.
So to your earlier question, what's the craziest thing that's going to happen tonight? My prediction is round 5 will be more important and will be the winning or losing pick for a championship. Round 1 will mean nothing.
Good thing I don't pick in 5.
That's fantastic because I picked 3 and 5, baby. Woo!
That's not necessarily a great thing either.
That's a great analysis, AC. You know what you're talking about. Shock, man. I'm giving you the bid here. Leave me with something good.
All right. Well, from what I've seen, the draft pool itself this season is really deep. So, like AC had said, I think those most decisive picks are going to be in the 4th and 5th round. And I believe that there is more than enough sleepers in that round that I even think some sleepers are going to fall to waivers.
Oh, I like to hear you say that. Sober, what do you got, man?
You know, fuck, I don't know.
Great way to start. Great way to start the statement right there. Oh,
thank God he's not captaining. We're okay. Sober, let's try again. Please give me something.
Yeah, something. How far is Yam gonna fall? I had to throw it out there. Nobody's touched on that yet. He's in the draft pool for the first time in this league. Let's see how far he goes.
I might take him if he's there, man. If he's at 52, I might take him.
The thing is
a winger?
Optionals.
What happens if he does fall all the way through? What will happen?
Oh,
well,
his personal pride is going to be hurt.
Hey, Hansel has him going 60th. I mean, shit.
Your Marine Mike of season number 5 is Captain Ballbag.
Hey, to be fair, Sober, Hansel didn't even have me going in the draft, so I mean, I don't even know what's going on.
Hey, listen, guys, Hansel's a big fan of the show.
Hansel's a big fan of
239. Yeah, Hansel had a rough day today. That was not some of his best work. So shout out to Hansel. We need to work on that. We'll talk later. Not some of his best work. Derek Cortez, leave me with something, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see who puts together what teams, and I really hope some new rookies coming into the league aren't overlooked. I have one that's specifically a close friend, so I hope he gets picked up to a team because whatever team gets him is going to do pretty well. But I'm looking forward to it. And just to let everyone know on the way out, 239 tonight, we're going to have a live show tomorrow night after the kind of like catch up on the whole draft and everything, and that will kind of be like the start of it being live. And I'm not sure if it'll be on the YouTube yet or a Twitch page, but just thought I'd let everyone know that.
Cool. And hey, when you get that information, I'll talk to Pixel, man. We'll get a 239 tonight section in the media section, so you guys will be able to post everything that you need for that. It'll be super official at that point. Shout out to the Rock, man. Rock, man, we fucking love you. This guy's doing great things for us.
Dale,
shout out.
What?
Can I jump in real quick?
Oh, now you got something to fucking say.
Yeah. Well, I be able to ask you shit, so I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, did you write up a captain's scouting report like you did back in season 2 for this season?
Oh, for the new ones?
Yeah.
Fuck no, I didn't. No. Listen, man. Here's the thing. See, Sober doesn't tell you this, but the season 2 Thundercats was a direct correlation to my analysis. But he never talks about
one guy.
that shit.
One guy.
One guy who's the best in the world. Yay!
That played like 9 games.
Well, whatever. He's like, we want a cup. So that happened. Whatever.
No, I'm
Ability, man,
just wondering if you did
I
that.
didn't. No. This is all. Hey, I'm trying to repeat, man. I ain't helping. Not in a 12 team, 100 fucking players. You guys are all on your own.
Hey.
Ability. Give me something, man.
All right, so first things first here. These guys, we got Hollywood, Esso, and Yambag. They're going to be doing the draft show. Now, if you guys want to watch this, I'm just going to give you the info. The feed is going to be on Twitch TV /Sniper0270 /. So you can go check out Sniper's feed. He's going to be doing the broadcast with these guys. Moving forward, though, going into this draft, I want everyone to know, okay? I love all of you. Some of you I'm going to pick, and you might be like, ability? What the? And others I'm going to pick, and they're going to be like, yeah, ability. Sweet. All right. Look, you're playing on the sweetest team, okay? There's a secret going on here. It's a victorious secret, and I've got it. We're taking daily. I need all of you to be team players here, and everybody I can't draft that I want to draft, I love all you guys. So, Dale, you can wrap it up for us. I got business to attend to.
He's ready to rip, man. By the way, in case anybody who G-chats me is wondering, that is my picture. It is Yambag's mug in a rape ski mask, and it will be my G-chat picture probably forever. Those guys are going to be doing the big thing over there tonight. Oh, God. Guys, again, so if you didn't catch it, it's twitch.tv /Sniper2070. If you can't remember that, like some of us can't.
0270.
0270. That is also on the Xbox. I'm sorry, it is on the website main forum. We did a whole post earlier. Make sure you check that out. Also, Mac North will be bringing you preseason power rankings. He will be doing those tomorrow. Those will be starting up. He'll do the preseason, and then he will do them every single week. Shout out to Mac North. Just some more content for you guys here at the site. With that being said, it is the draft. There is nobody more prepared than me. You are all going down. The repeat is in order for your reigning, defending, undisputed 239 captain champion. With that, get your asses over to the draft show, and it's time to go to war, boys. With that being said, Season 5 draft, pre-draft show is complete. We'll see you guys on Thursday for the throwdown.
Peace.
Peace.